Hey guys, my name is Daniel Mudhaki and I'd like to thank you all so much for joining me today. Most importantly, I'd like to thank God for enabling us all to see a new day. As always, I sensitize you guys. Be very quick to thank God when He gives you a blessing that is a new day, because not everybody has had the chance to be blessed such as you. And so remember, always be quick to give thanks to God. I'd also like to thank you all you who subscribe to the channel, all you who've been following the videos. Asanteni sana. May God continue blessing you as we all learn from each other. And so thank you so much. As usual, guys, I always leave my details at the bottom of the screen there. And so if you have any issues, any topics, any queries you may have that you'd like to discuss with me, feel free, drop me an email, send me a chat on one of my social media pages, and I'll make a point to try and revert to at least each and every one of you. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, guys, click the subscription button and don't forget the notification bell so that you're always alerted when we post a new video, which is every Sunday by God's grace. Well, guys, new week, new video. And in today's video, I'd like us to talk about something that a lot of us in society probably have not understood. And this is the truth about singlehood. You know, guys, a lot of times we have believed that being single is being unmarried. You know, being single is being not in a relationship. All right? And so a lot of us are always looking into getting out of singlehood. We are always looking into getting into relationships, getting into marriage. But you see, one thing you must understand is that singlehood is the most important season of your life. It is a season that you cannot take for granted. You know, I remember there's a video I did way back where I talked about two very important relationships that a person must have so that they can thrive. The first one was a relationship with God. And the second, most important, was an intrapersonal relationship. You see, an intrapersonal relationship is a relationship between you and yourself. All right? It is a relationship where you get to understand who you are, what you are, where you're from, where you're going, what you're about. And this intrapersonal relationship normally thrives when one is single, when you are by yourself. You see, if you don't know who you are, if you don't know what you're about, if you don't know what motivates you, what demotivates you, if you don't know what it is you want to achieve, then it becomes very difficult when you find yourself in a relationship, because then you are defined by the other person. And so when you're single, my friends, you have to work on yourself. You have to make sure that you become a complete entity. That you don't need someone in your life to tell you who you are. You don't need someone in your life to give you value. You don't need someone in your life to give you self-esteem. You don't need someone in your life to make you to become someone. Because you are already someone by yourself. And so, my friends, it is very important that we value something called singlehood. A lot of people who are married today, unfortunately, were never single and are still not single. It is important for you to be an individual, for you to be complete by yourself. You know, there's an example Miles Monroe gave. And this was on marriage. And he said when he was younger, he did an experiment in his mother's house that got him in a lot of trouble because he took 2 eggs, okay? 1 egg which was bad, rotten, and 1 egg which was good. And so he wanted to make an omelette. And so he diced everything he had to dice, his onions, his everything. And then finally he put in the 2 eggs. and mixed them together. The whole house was smelling. The whole house was a disaster. And the omelette was destroyed because of this one bad egg. You see, guys, a relationship or marriage is almost like an omelette because it's where two people come and yoke together. Okay? You came as individuals, but you come and become one thing. But you see, if one individual is not complete, if one individual is wrong, if one individual does not know what they are about, then they will compromise the other. And that is why marriage today has been given all these names that people are giving it. That marriage doesn't work, marriage is a scam, marriage is all these things. This is because we are getting into it before we became single. We are getting into it before we are complete. Singleness is being unique. It's understanding that you as an individual, you are unique. You have something to offer that nobody else can offer. And immediately you realize that, you add your value. And you have self-value, you have self-worth. You see? And so that intrapersonal relationship is a prerequisite. It must come before an interpersonal relationship. A relationship with yourself must come before you give yourself out there to be in a relationship with others. Because guys, basically, what an intrapersonal relationship will do, number one, is it will create self-awareness within you. Self-awareness is where you understand who you are. You understand your personality. You understand your likes, your dislikes. You understand all these things that you're about. And that is very, very important, that you develop self-awareness. Another positive thing that comes out of an intrapersonal relationship is self-confidence. Once you know who you are, once you understand your personality, then you become more comfortable within yourself. And so you can express yourself better. You can be a better person. Another positive thing that also comes out of an intrapersonal relationship is self-management. Because guys, with self-awareness and self-confidence, you already highlight your strengths and weaknesses. Okay? And so you know that I am good at this, I'm not good at this. And once you know these things and you're aware of them, then you acquire self-management. You are able to manage your affairs properly. With self-management comes self-motivation. You don't need external forces to motivate you. You can do it by yourself. You see, marriage has become such a problem today because when your spouse does not tell you you can do it, when your spouse does not tell you you're valuable, when your spouse does not tell you you're worth it, then you're broken. But you see, these are things you should have come into marriage with. A lot of us are taking marriage like a petrol station, where you come empty and the other person is meant to fill you up. This puts a high strain and drain on your partner. And so for those who are not yet married, please understand this, that intrapersonal relationship is very important. Because you develop all these things I've mentioned. Self-awareness, self-confidence, self-management, self-motivation, focus. You are able to focus on things you must do. And most importantly, you become independent. And so, my friends, singlehood is a very important stage in life. I don't want you to sit there listening to me and saying, oh, I'm single, there's nobody in my life. It is okay. Work on you right now. Know who you are, where you're from, where you're going, your likes, your dislikes. Be complete. Be whole. Be single. So that you can be able to yoke up with somebody who has also gone through the same process. A lot of people think that marriage is a solution to loneliness. Marriage is a solution to all these problems. Let me tell you, marriage magnifies all these things. It's like an oven. If you put the wrong ingredients in the oven, then trust me, the cake you remove out will be destroyed. And that's the same thing with marriage. Marriage will put everything under pressure. And so it will show. Are we individuals who understand who we are before we get into marriage? Or are we people who don't know who we are? There's a day I heard somebody saying, are you in love or are you in need? Are you in love or are you in need? Do you need someone to motivate you? Do you need someone to tell you you're beautiful? Do you need someone to tell you you're worth it? Do you need someone to tell you you are of value? Then if that's what you are, then marriage is the wrong place. Because the day, the morning, the afternoon, the evening your spouse does not reaffirm these things to you, then you become broken. And so these things you must develop during your stage of singlehood. You must cultivate them during your stage of being by yourself. You know, some of you cannot even go to a restaurant by yourself. When was the last time you went out just to have a good time by yourself? Not with other people. You go, you order something, you have a meal, you enjoy an evening out by yourself, just to reflect. Talk to yourself, understand who you are, know your strengths and your weaknesses. Because once you're aware of this, then you become a complete individual. And so when two complete individuals come together in a relationship, they come together not because of what they can get from each other. You see, they're not those relationships of gimme, 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 gimme. They are those that want to give. You come because you want to give. And so when you give a person who's complete, guess what happens? They overflow. When you give a person who is complete, they overflow. And that is what we need to focus on, my friends. And so singlehood is not a bad thing. You must master singlehood. Some of you, your marriage is on the rocks because you did not know how to be single. And so even in your marriage, create space to be single. Understand who you are. Make time to have an intra-personal relationship so that you can get to know your challenges. You can get to know your strengths. And you can stop draining your partner. Because we're human beings. And every day we have energy. But if your partner keeps draining your energy and draining you, then that marriage will not last. And so guys, a lot of us have given names to marriage. But it is because we have gotten into it for the wrong reasons. We have gotten into it without knowing who we are, without identifying the kind of individuals we are. And so make time for an intrapersonal relationship. This can be done before marriage, even in marriage. You have to make time to understand yourself so that you can be valuable. Because once you have an intrapersonal relationship, a relationship with yourself, you develop self-awareness, you develop self-confidence, you develop self-management, you develop self-motivation, you develop focus, and you become an independent individual. One who is willing to give than to receive. One who wants to build people. One who wants to better people. And so you can just imagine two people like that getting together in holy matrimony. That would be a blessed marriage. It will be a happy marriage. Not without its ups and downs, but you will be able to navigate through it and get to the end. And so singlehood is an important thing. Look into it, realize where you are in your season in life, and make yourself better. And so guys, today we have not referred a lot to the Bible, but all these things are found in the scriptures. Okay? Love your neighbor as you love yourself. And so you must have a relationship with self before you can have a relationship with others. you must value you before you value others. And most importantly, if you need any clarification, then seek a relationship with God, because God will clarify why He created you and why He put you on this earth. Okay, guys? And so we leave it at that for this week. I pray that God will walk with you. He will guide you in that intra-personal journey where you need to understand more about who you are, what your purpose is, why you came onto this earth, so that when it comes time to yoke up with somebody, you'll yoke up with the right person. As Miles Monroe said, one bad egg and one good egg destroys an omelette. And so it's important that two good eggs come together for a good omelette to be made. That is the same thing. You need two complete individuals, two people who know who they are, what they are, for a relationship, for a marriage to be successful. And so guys, if you've not subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for, man? Press the subscription button. Don't forget the notification bell so that you are alerted when we post a new video, which is normally every Sunday by God's grace. And so until next time, may the Lord bless you, may He keep you, and have a blessed week. Take care and keep safe.